Distinguished faculty, proud families, and most importantly, our accomplished graduates, today marks a momentous occasion as we gather to celebrate the culmination of your tireless dedication and intellectual pursuits. Completing a PhD or master's program in engineering is no small feat, as you all know. It is a testament to your unwavering commitment, resilience, and the countless hours invested in pushing the boundaries of knowledge. I extend my heartfelt congratulations. To the families and friends, near and far, who have been pillars of support for our wonderful graduates, today is much a celebration for you as it is for them. Your encouragement, your sacrifices, and steadfast belief in their abilities have played an integral role in bringing them to this momentous day. As we applaud the graduates for their achievements, we extend our deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Your love, your patience, and encouragement have been instrumental in nurturing those whom we honor today. Today, I'd like to share a little bit about my time at Northwestern and my reflections on what has led to a successful and fulfilling career. While at Northwestern, I was in the chemical engineering department, and my PhD focused on engineering new materials to help for different diseases, for example, spinal cord injury or diabetes. It was really exciting, and I really was excited about the impact. But my Northwestern experience wasn't just about the lab. I loved working with people. Spending hours staring at a glowing fluorescent screen while imaging my samples was interesting, but maybe lacked a little bit on the social department. I decided to join the Graduate Student Association to find a way to give back and just meet others across campus. The challenges faced by graduate students opened my eyes, motivating me to lead efforts to focus on improving healthcare as well as public transit. I also co-founded MGLC, which I'm very excited is still going strong over 15 years later. Building these organizations gave me purpose when lab experiments didn't go as expected, as I'm sure as many of the graduates can relate to. I had one machine that I worked with that went down for a year, and it was crucial to some of my experience. It was nice to have this experience in the broader community as my backup. As I was nearing graduation, I pondered, how do I merge the interests of science and passion for learning with working closely with others? And I decided to pursue management consulting at McKinsey, where I used my problem-solving skills to solve tough business problems, albeit with fewer pipettes and more PowerPoint. I'd like to share 3 themes and reflections as I was preparing for today that I think have been really important to my career. Embracing a growth mindset, giving back, and setting bold aspirations. I'd like to share a short story for each of them. Embracing a growth mindset. Let me whisk you back to the days when I traded in hours of a windowless lab at Cook and a shiny new job at McKinsey. I was brimming with excitement, ready to conquer the professional world. And wouldn't you know it, my first project was in Bermuda. Hello, beautiful beaches. Thought this would be an idyllic place to work. Little did I know, I was in for a reality check. Despite burning the midnight oil, getting my work done was very challenging. I didn't know the industry, and I struggled to make heads or tails of the very complex financial data. It was a humbling experience, to say the least. The prospect of throwing in the towel crossed my mind, especially when my manager dropped the bomb. Megan, I'm not sure that McKinsey is cut out. It's a good fit for you. I was crushed. I could have chosen to give up, quit the job, or worse, ignore my manager's feedback, protect my ego at the expense of improving myself. But instead of waving the white flag, I decided to adopt a growth mindset. I treated the setback as a puzzle, as a challenge. I took stock of my strengths as well, hello, people skills, and made better use of them in my projects. In Bermuda, for example, while the rest of the team was analyzing reams of data where I wasn't necessarily the best of help, I met with clients and I learned some crucial context that actually changed the recommendations for the project. It took some swallowing of pride to realize that I was not going to be a consulting guru to start. But the belief that I don't know everything, but I can learn a lot and very quickly has helped me not only survive, but thrive at McKinsey. Even today, my growth mindset is still in full swing. I'm on a perpetual quest to expand my knowledge and master new skills. So, dear graduates, as you embark on your next adventure, embrace a growth mindset. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where the magic happens. Second, giving back. Your well-honed problem-solving skills are truly exceptional. Put them to good use. One of my most cherished memories is helping out my community during the pandemic. Recall where you were when the weight of the impending pandemic dawned on you, when everything seemed to be shutting down at an alarming rate. In the early days of March 2020, the gravity of the situation was becoming apparent here in the US. I reached out to the head of our local office, expressing my eagerness to help out. As a healthcare professional, it would make sense, right, for me to do healthcare. To my surprise, a few days later, he called me back and said, I have a very different project for you. We need you to think about how we can quickly recover and reopen the economy so we don't have an unnecessary economic crisis on top of a health one. While I lacked background in economic development, my robust engineering problem-solving skills, which you have been building all of this time, were really crucial. We knew how to tackle ambiguous problems, structure them, and find solutions. We meticulously assessed each industry, considering economic significance, the feasibility of remote work, which now seems obvious, but at the time was very uncommon, and what the health risks were of bringing some of these industries back together. After 4 intense weeks, we had a comprehensive plan to guide cities, states, and even countries to reopen the economy. It was a moment of pride. Days later, I received a call with an even bolder request to create a holistic recovery and return to work plan for all of Massachusetts in 2 weeks. Whew, talk about a tight deadline. Despite the lack of recovery, because there were very few times where I got a break during this time, I was thrilled to help out. This time I collaborated with one of the leaders of Massachusetts, the co-founder of Bain Capital, one of the largest private equity firms in the world, as well as the co-owner of the Boston Celtics. We assembled an exceptional team of experts and crafted a plan that included measures to reduce disease spread and mobilize therapeutics. And the plan was not only recognized in Massachusetts, but it actually spread across the country and transcended political affiliations, of which I am very proud. My ask to you is give back to your community, donate, volunteer, and join community organizations. These experiences will offer you a profound sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. And finally, setting bold aspirations. I'd like to share a personal moment of what fueled my desire to set bold aspirations. In high school, I lost my grandmother to a heart attack, a sudden and shocking event. There was no warning. My dismay deepened when I discovered a small slip of paper on her bedside that listed her symptoms that she'd covered with her doctor: difficulty sleeping, fatigue, nausea. I was really upset. Why, you might ask? Because all her symptoms are actually how heart disease manifests in women, which is quite different than men. Even today, women are up to 3 times as likely to succumb to a major heart attack than men. My grandmother's passing ignited a passion in me for health equity. I was appalled by the lack of comprehensive understanding of how diseases affect women differently. How many of you who do animal studies think about whether you use male or female mice? It all starts there. Drug trials often neglect women. Their health concerns are frequently dismissed, blamed on anxiety, or even relegated to the, it's just in your head. For all the gains in gender equity over the past century, the gap between men and women's health remains wide, whether it's research, data, care, or investment. So I asked, what can I do? I could have settled for giving some donations to a women's health organization or educating my close friends, which I do tirelessly. But one of my mentors said, Megan, be bold. So I reflected. And I said, you know, this really deserves the attention of global leaders, of governments, and healthcare. So I set my aspirations higher. Decided to spearhead a collaboration with the World Economic Forum to quantify the impact of underinvestment in women's health and outline the necessary actions we need to finally close this gap. Not just gender-specific issues like sexual and reproductive health, which are absolutely vital, but are actually less than 10% of what hurts women in terms of their comprehensive health. We want to address the full health of women everywhere. I'm thrilled to announce our report, Closing the Gap, Women's Health Gap, an opportunity to improve lives and economies, will be unveiled next month in the World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos. This marks the first time that we've ever quantified and made the business case for the massive gap in health outcomes experienced by half the world's population. I hope this report can catalyze much-needed change in how medicines are developed and tested and how care is delivered to women everywhere. So get out there and set audacious goals. If you are bold in your pursuits, you'll undoubtedly leave a mark on the world. In closing, today signifies not just an academic achievement, but the beginning of an exciting journey. Your tireless dedication, resilience, and pursuit of excellence have brought you to this pivotal moment. As you take this next step, embrace a growth mindset, find ways to give back, and always set bold aspirations. I am confident that each of you will leave a positive mark on our world. Thank you, and may your future be filled with success and fulfillment. Congratulations.